It looked like some safe, and it had a big thing at the end. So we would capture rock sizes of methane hydrates and stick in this jar and then put the cap back on and put this big pin through it. So we're basically bringing up a bomb with flammable material in it.
What could possibly go wrong?
Could possibly go wrong. I don't think you would be allowed to do something like that with a manned submersible.
How are things going on deck?
Mark's there.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Hi, Mark. Hear you loud and clear. Copy. Bridge, this is Nav. Can you secure tanks and enable air to tuggers? Thank you.
You can pause those mesos too.
Oh, great.
That's one I
Good
always
idea.
forget.
Spoken like somebody who's had to fight with them a lot after making them mad.
Things.
You're like very good at always catching the mesos, and I don't know anyone else who's that good.
I have the touch of death with those things. Finicky software. So have you, are you hip to the Rennie game with Mark and the air tuggers, Kate?
No.
So Rennie likes to time it. So Mark goes out and tests the air tuggers and there's no air, but he's already called the bridge. So as soon as Mark calls up and asks for air, Rennie will reply that you should have air to the tuggers now. Mark will go check again and there will be air there.
That is an art form.
I'm just looking at my ascent sheet and it says, enable air to tuggers at 300 meters. We're not at 300 meters yet.
Well, I think maybe that's why they play the game, because...
Yeah. Bridge, Nav. We're at about 350 meters. Is this the config that you want for recovery?
the things we do for entertainment on
Yeah.
the blue water shift.
Copy. Copy. Turning to starboard.
Okay. How much?
Bridge, Nav. What will be your new heading?
Well,
215.
Oh, that's not much.
Thank you. No.
No, I mean, you have to lateral right.
What's that, Dan?
That means you'll have to lateral right.
All right, thanks for tuning in for this last part of this dive. Papahānaumokuākea Marine Monument here west of Hawaii. Getting ready to recover the vehicles here in the next 20 minutes or so. We'll be diving again later today on a nearby seamount. Stay tuned for that.
Did you know Mark was a swimmer for Alvin?
I did know that.
I did know that. Everyone here's got a history.
What was that? That must have been in the...
Oh, man.
I want to say that was in the 80s.
Bridge, this is Nav. Just confirming the captain's on the
64
bridge.
hull was done, I believe.
Thank you. And when you're ready, you can track forward at 0.3 knots on the setting.
That was funny. Hey, Mike, you got a copy?
Yeah, loud and clear.
I see Trevor milling around down there. Can you ask him to come up here for a minute?
Do that.
There might be a radio on in the hangar. Trevor, if you can hear us, can you pop up to the control van for a second?
E.T. Where are you right now? 280, 300? Yeah. I would expect like anything deeper than 100 meters will have a different current than the surface current.
So as we near the surface and work towards recovery, you'll be hearing less of our witty banter and more of the logistical chat between the bridge and the deck and the folks here in the control van. We do have one last question from a viewer that I don't know the answer to this, so I'm interested to see what anyone has to say. Are there many phosphorescing organisms out here? Are we able to see anything, or are we doing any lights off work with the ROVs to try to measure or observe phosphorescence?
That's not typical. It has been done. Here's Brennan Phillips, who was one of the ROV pilots who had done some work. You need a good low-level, light-sensitive camera to detect the bioluminescence normally, but so they have gone down, turned off Herc's lights, and recorded some bioluminescence, but that's not our typical mode of operations.
I haven't seen any off the deck either. Like just looking in the night times when we're getting on or getting off shift, I haven't noticed anything.
No, I think you're going to see those sort of the dinoflagellates tend to light up in a ship's wake, but you're going to need to be in more productive waters for that.
Can you explain what you mean by more productive waters?
Yeah, you'll need some, in coastal waters, you'll have more nutrients available, and to support the phytoplankton blooms, which in turn support zooplankton. And these small organisms, a lot of those will fluoresce if they're disturbed. But most deep water animals do some sort of bioluminescent or displays. But we typically don't turn out the lights on Herc. It's nice to keep them on.
There's a blog post on the nautiluslive.org website about the work that was done with those
good.
highly sensitive camera. Just go to our website and search for a blog called Lights in the Dark. You can learn more about that work.
With Brennan in the foreground in that photo. Yeah.
There you go. That work was done, it says here in June and July of 2015 in the Galapagos. Does that sound right for you?
Yeah, that sounds right.
All right. So that would be an example of those highly productive shallower waters.
Yeah, more coastal. You can get some surprises out there, though. I was mentioning to you earlier, I think, about the bacterial mats that I came across during a Navy cruise in the northern Arabian Sea. Bacterial mats will glow for miles. They can be seen from space.
Wow.
Not observed very often, but in recent years, yeah, there's been some research to go back and look at satellite imagery that will capable of detecting them.
Well, that sounds amazing. I am
think
furiously Googling to try to find a picture of that.
I think Richard Miller is this researcher, formerly with the Naval Research Lab. Let's see.
Just like on land, we do the Google here when we don't always know the answer to the question.
Yeah, it was a recent article about this. Yeah, August 27th, 2021, New York Times article. Satellites spot oceans aglow with trillions of organisms. Stephen Miller, I think. Let's see here.
Well, I will be filing that for future reading between shifts here. Thanks so much for your question.
He's now at Colorado State.
I might be a little biased. I think our cruise is the coolest cruise, but when I hear about all this past work that Nautilus has done, you know, I'm sure that those folks thought that they were the coolest science objectives as well. But it's all amazing. There's so much to learn. So little that is known and so much to learn.
That's for sure. It's fun to be part of that.
Absolutely. In addition to these dives, which we've been doing, we'll also be doing some mapping. Only 20% of the ocean is mapped, and we will be doing our small bit to add to that during this expedition.
And I am going to head down to the deck and help with the recovery.
All right. We'll see you on the next watch.
Roger.
See ya, Emma.
See ya.
That's gorgeous. Steve, do you see?
If you're if you can see channel 3 right now, you can see a shark behind Hercules.
I bet she'll come back.
Which got the Argus has which one has a better view? Oh yeah, there.
Oh, there it is.
Right in Hercules. I heard we had some trouble with channel 3 on shore, but I hope people can see that.
Fantastic. This is why we don't abandon the blue water, folks, because you never know what you might see. Look at swimming right up the tether there.
Oh, whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, how can I see? Oh, because they're facing end to end. I see.
That
Okay.
was awesome.
Good eye, whoever spotted that one.
It's coming back.
There we
It's not
go.
done.
The sharks we were seeing previously were identified as
I hope
oceanic
so.
white tip. I don't know my sharks well enough to know if that's what that is, but I'll definitely put that footage past some folks.
Well spotted.
So it looks like if you're watching along online and you're watching the quad view, we're having some issues with a couple of the feeds, but if you go to our YouTube channel and you look for the channels, they're coming up individually. They're just not coming up on the quad view. So you can go there and check that out. You can rewind it a couple minutes and spot that shark there on the Nautilus Live YouTube page, the Channel 3 stream. Just bring it up individually. It seems to be working better there than it does on the quad stream.
I may have just seen a shark in cam wire.
It's hard to know where to look. We have so many views here in the control van.
It's true.
We got action on the deck now as they prepare to recover the vehicles. Sharks looking at the tether. Things swimming by on the wire cam, which if you're watching Channel 3, that's what's showing up now is that wire cam, showing you the wire that is connected to Argus off the back of the ship. So we're under 100 meters now. We're going to switch it over to the deck crew and to the
That all happens at the
pilots
A-frame
there.
winch station.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next dive.
And then there's another, that remote controls whether this one has control, and then the one in the winch hold controls whether the one up there has control. Been 0 on verts for a while. Okay. I'm controlling it with lats. I was controlling it with the laterals, I think. I can put it in auto head though. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, in the thick of things. Yeah. It's a good idea.
Stand, alt stop, 50. We okay to continue up? We okay to recover? Yes, Mark, go ahead, yeah. Good, coming up.
On channel 3, you can see the shark is back. He's really interested in the tether. Oh yeah, he's going for the football. He's followed by two fish there. You have to check that for teeth, Mark.
I can't believe that shark is trying to eat one of our floats. That won't be awesome if we're changing the tether out.
Yeah, but if you find any shark scales stuck to that tether, I know a certain science communication fellow that would be interested in one of those.
And that, folks, is why I'm not a scuba diver.
That reminds me of how my dog interacts with sticks, though.
Yeah, my dogs bite me all the time, but they're playing. Maybe the shark was playing, I don't know.
Playing football.
Playing football. Sharks need to have fun too.
Hmm.
Yeah, for the last 10 meters, I'll hold full ahead on.
Full head on?
Yeah, I
Bridge nav.
Just keep Argus straight.
keep it straight and keep it off
Reduce
the
thrust to 25%.
back of the
Oh, the
boat.
transom, yeah.
Shark on
Got
herc
it.
cam. There's the shark on herc cam.
Nice.
Why why are you panned over at the arm?
What's that? Oh, it's just usually where I leave the camera.
10
Ooh
meters.
ah, ooh ah.
Oh, you can look at the
Oh,
shark.
there's the shark on
Go
the,
ahead.
yep. Well, let's see. It's,
This is that reward for those
I leave it there because that's the
viewers who
first thing we test on deck. And
stuck
I
with
don't
us
have to
till the end.
run the HBU on deck so long. Good at places any, all right? You can see what you're doing. I watched the wire cam now. Sometimes they pull it too hard, I think, or try and time it with the swells on the wire cam. HD off. What's
Bridge nav.
that? Yeah.
Can you hold position and increase thrust to 90%? Herc looks good. Right behind.
Yeah. So if it's dragging Argus like that, it's too tight. You could probably go and bypass too. Yeah, basically. I get lazy and put it in bypass and pin it and then hit stick lock. I think it's efficient. It keeps Mark from barking at me. It's not too loose and not too tight. Too tight, it's yank. Makes Argus slide around on the deck when he's behind it there.
He did.
Just got a nice shark view in Herc's camera.
That's the shark that was trying to take a bite out of our tether. He actually had the football in his mouth and gave it a shake. One of our floats we have on the tether between Herc and Argus.
Dan, drive out to the end of your tether.
Roger. Yeah, you can kick it out of bypass if you need to.
Dan, do you copy? Drive to the end of your tether.
Yeah, copy, Mark. Copy.
Some squid.